Hey guys, we're back, and this is part 2. I'm literally recording this seconds after I finished recording the other one, but it was getting super long, so I like Cryonis. I think it's a pretty good rune, to be honest. You know, I didn't realize just how often I relied on the motion controls until I don't really have access to them using this, because it's on my computer. So I didn't realize that I occasionally rely on them, or more often than not rely on them, as the case may be. Ugh. This guy's a pain. Like, they're easy to defeat, but they don't have arms, really. They've only got their legs, so they attack. Oh, hold on. They attack using their... I guess it's like a little laser, mini laser thing. And, it's annoying, because if you don't have... a good shield attached, then it's just annoying. Or even a shield equipped. Something I did the last time round was I just didn't have my shield equipped. For some reason. I don't think I'd gotten one yet. But it was sort of a case of, whoops. Something that could have been totally avoided, and there it was, just... So as you can see, that shrine is pretty simple. Probably the only little trick thing is putting the Cryonis rune underneath that door, which, yeah, it's pretty obvious through what I did, I reckon. But I think the tutorials had to be pretty self-explanatory, otherwise people would be like, why would I have paid for this game? So anyway, this is what I was talking about. This is the easy way to do it. If you just register the travel gate, you can just immediately travel back to it, and then not have to worry about traversing backwards and forwards to... It's like, oh, which one do I go to first? Go to them both, register them, and then just do it. The stasis is pretty fun. I like it, even though it's kind of annoying when you time it wrong and then you get run over by things. Don't know anyone who likes getting run over by things. Wow, we're getting through this section super quick. The first section, like... So basically the only thing that you need to sort of do there is make sure it's vaguely straight, and then you're through it. And until you get pretty much further through the game, the cooldown is super long. So just wait for it to come back around again. Alright, and here we go. Sorry. then I know I was tempted to before because I've done it and failed and fell and died. But yeah, don't be tempted to just sort of jump off, and unless you do the fancy shield surfing thing. But if you're like me and you only half the time do that properly, don't do it. Alright, there you go. Had to check for a minute there. I thought maybe my inventory was full again and I just wasted that entire thing. Alrighty. So you don't have to hit that a certain amount of times. I suppose you probably just have to hit it more than twice. But you know, hitting it as many times as you can is fun. Man, these sometimes take ages to load. There we go, one more to go. I got a minute, I might make it back. If not, doesn't matter. So it looks like that's a really good tip, is to find enough of those peppers and just cook 5. Because you get like 12.5 minutes of cold resistance, which is good. Oh, that's not somewhere I want to be. There you go, this might work. No. You sometimes hear the monsters react like they've seen you, and then you just keep ignoring them and they just don't do anything. Why are you saving? Don't save, that's scary. Whenever it auto-saves, I'm like, what am I about to walk into? In case you haven't already noticed, I'm not like an uber gamer. This is like the only game that I play often, so... The amount of times that I use the paraglider on like the tutorial is honestly the hardest part of the game, because you don't have to shoot the paraglider just yet. These guys, Trashed Guardians, have often got stuff, you know, like the bits and pieces, the ancient materials under them. So if you get to the bottom of them, have a quick look. It'll often come up with a theme. Oh hey, little frog. Alright. Not all of them, obviously. Not all of them have the ancient materials. And you'll mostly only get the low level ones, but still worth it. Oh hey. Gotta love spears. So there's a whole section of the tutorial that you don't have to go into if you don't want to, because there's no shrine in it. I think there might actually be a talus in it, which is one of the big monsters if you don't play Breath of the Wild. But it's a foresty section. There's a couple of wild boars, a couple of monster homes with a bunch of monsters in them. But you know, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. But there's a good section that's just over in the direction I'm looking, where I think there's ice arrows in a chest. Pardon me. In or on something. So, but again, you want this rune to do that section. A really dry throat right now. Obviously talking more than I often do. The last rune for this section, finally. What? That was super sneaky. How did we know that was there? Nope. Okay. Cool. You just... Nope, wrong button. Yeah. Sorry. Just trying to think. The thing one of the speedrunners does is he does a like the beginning of a shield surf to get through that section without having to bother with the metal bit. Just leaps off the edge, and it's honestly crazy what some people can do, I've got to say. Gotta say, I was pretty shocked. The first time that I got through this section up to here, and he just ghosted. Just disappeared, and I'm like, what? So, the spot directly in between the Temple of Time, that is just shocking. Just pulling a teleport. And to be able to teleport. Provided everyone could afford teleportation, cars would be a thing of the past. You can actually see a little glow, blue glow where the Sheikah Slate's sitting on Link's hip. Never spotted that before. Might just be the time of day, but that's still pretty cool. Alright, what I was saying a little while ago, this section through here is like a foresty section, which you don't have to go into if you don't want to. And I'm not going to bother, but it's a whole section of the game, not the game, but the tutorial section that you just don't even have to go into if you don't want to. So alrighty, Temple of Time, here we come. Doing really well on this. It's only 20 minutes. The last one was like 50 minutes. All right. Nope. Gonna use this. I didn't go and get the ice arrows I was telling you guys about. I think you probably all know where they are by now. Yeah, geez, that's a long way away. I'm not gonna walk that. Oh yeah, and also there's things like this in the water all over the game, which is kind of cool. Swimming isn't always that slow, by the way, for those of you who haven't yet played the game. It can be faster. And of course they're stone, naturally. They don't want you just grabbing them. Alright, well, I'll have to grab that plank that was in the water. Back there. thought I was going to have to, but I was kind of hoping I wouldn't. Whoop. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't exactly know how many Korok seeds there are in this section, but... I'm pretty sure there are some that you can't get to yet. Like you need more stamina or equipment or something before you can get to them. Huh, there's actually fish in this section, wow. See? Always learning new things. Like the fact that that plank just went through a bush. This is gonna get painful real quick if they start bringing in stall creatures. The skeletons. Whoop. So, generally speaking, the metal things stay the orientation that they are when you pick them up. So, if something's not working for you, try putting it down and picking it up again in a different direction. Oh hey, fire arrows too. Also, this was a super lucky shot. I've tried this a bunch of times, and it's always a pain to try and get it exactly where you want it to be. Oh, and you don't want to fall into that stuff because it's, I guess, the equivalent of quicksand. Basically, you fall in and you drown-ish. Which, you know, then you find yourself back on the shore again, the way that you always do, unless you have no hearts left, and then less so. Game over, in fact. 23 minutes. Oh, hey. That's one of the Korok seeds, actually. Oh, right, no paraglider. I don't know why I keep forgetting. I'm about to go and get it, but anyway. It might not be here yet. You might have to be able to leave. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright. When you're able to leave this section, I believe a Korok comes and is just sitting in that spot, in the Shrine of Resurrection, like... Must have spotted it and been like, this is the perfect hiding spot ever. Can you imagine just being able to walk up to walls and be like, I'm gonna climb this. Like, look at a rock, maybe twice your size, and just be like, leap, and all of a sudden you're at the top. Oh hey, shooting star. Those happen. And I won't be able to get to it, but oh, looks like it fell in the water anyway. Yeah, that's no good. Whoop, there's the wall. So the shooting stars are a thing. You get a star fragment from them. If they fall in the water though, you don't get them. They just die. So. Alright. You see the size of those guardians? Like, when they attacked, it must have just been like, well, it's the end of the world. Like, look at it in comparison to the size of Link. Oh, hold on. Nah, I can't be bothered picking that up. Look. And like with those legs, just would have been a whole bag full of no. It's trapped. Here we go. Those shooting stars, as I was saying before I interrupted myself and forgot what I was talking about, leave a trail of light that's sort of a little bit like the pins when you look through the scope. So if you see one fall and you don't see the trail of light, then it fell in the water. So, don't know if you managed to read that or not, but the 4 spirit balls or orbs, and you can exchange them for more heart, or more health, I suppose, or more stamina. But I usually choose health right at the beginning. This section up here is a thing. You're supposed to get up there to chat with this dude, and I, like, the first 3 times I played this, I was like, how are you supposed to? This is nearly impossible. Like, what do you do? Just sort of casually try and climb up here, and then you usually run out of stamina before, or you run into a roof, or, you know, like, what do you do? How is this possible? This is proving me wrong and making it actually pretty possible, but hold on. So, yeah, see, look, you can't climb further because it registers that as the edge of the thing. Let's see if we can do it over here. What? Oh, that was lucky. Anyway, I still managed to get up those 3 times. Don't remember exactly when, but I was watching someone else play through, and they used a ladder, and I was just sitting there with my mouth open, like, there's a ladder, and I wasted all that time trying to get up the stupid... Anyway. So, this is the 3rd time I've used the ladder, and I'm sitting here like, you people don't know my struggle. Of all the people who have always used the ladder, I'm like, why? Anyway.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, though a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory is still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
And back to the green
Planet
screen.
Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age long past.
Yeah, yeah.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
Follow the road, he says, like he doesn't want me dead. Oh, yeah. Hey, that's it. This has only taken like an hour and a half to do the tutorial. Ugh. Spend most of the game with, congratulations, here, you can have something. Actually, no, you can't. Alright, so, speaking of things, there is another Korok up here that I often forget about. But they like heights, I've found. Also, it's a pretty good view from up here, so... Hold up, there we go. And now look at this, this is fantastic. That's an awesome view. Alright. Paraglider! Press X to paraglide while in the air. or whichever button you use to jump, but you know. Alright, so I like to cancel my fall damage the standard way, which is with the paraglider. So just press X if you run out of stamina, and then, well no, press B if you run out of stamina, and then press X again just before you hit the ground, and you know, you should cancel that if you've got the timing right. So that's the end of the tutorial section on the Great Plateau, and I'm going to end this video here as we look at the serious Link, who's ready to leap off into the rest of the world. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.